one, bub. But I'm dying to find out what's inside.
What's going on, everybody? You found Volunteer Collector. I'm your host, Bitcoin, bringing you a single issue review. Probably not going to go into detail because it's very action-packed. But first, let's hear from our sponsors.
Start dancing, metalhead.
Here goes.
Alright guys, I came out of the movies about an hour and a half ago. You're in good graces. I'm not here to talk about the movie. I'm so jazzed from the movie. I wanted to read Wolverine 88. I'm not going to compare it to the movie or talk about correlation. The only thing I'm going to say is you can safely read this before you watch the movie and nothing will be spoiled. That's all I'm going to say. This comic does not spoil the movie for you. So this is just a random issue, Wolverine 88, and when you jump into a random issue in a run that is 88 issues long of a character like Wolverine that also has other continuity going on in team books and spin-off books, etc., 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 there are things that are going to get lost in the wash. Your continuity is going to be off, and it was off a little bit for me. I'm immediately, as the reader, placed into a scene. I don't know where I'm at. I'm placed at a scene, looks like an apartment or somebody lives here. And Wolverine's investigating some Mr. Kane. And Deadpool's there on the scene, and hence they fight for most of the first act, if not, into the middle of the book. We get Wolverine and Deadpool fighting, and it's as action-packed as you could hope for in a late 80s, early 90s Marvel comic book. Adam Kubert does really good with the art in this comic book. Wolverine is in this scene because he's investigating Mr. Kane. Well, Deadpool is searching for his long-lost love. I don't want to say long-lost love. I don't know the continuity to this point in Wolverine or this point in Deadpool's history, but he's searching for Vanessa. They're not together at this point in Deadpool's history. Wolverine has no idea where Vanessa is, but he's looking for Mr. Kane, and we're taken into the second act where we see Vanessa and this Kane acting, that they've moved away. Presumably Vanessa has ended her relationship with Wade and she's moved away with this Mr. Kane guy, and they're gonna be actors for a living. That's really largely what this second act is about, building up Vanessa and Mr. Kane, introducing readers who may not read Deadpool to Vanessa, the longtime love interest of Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool. And Deadpool arrives on the scene, shocking Mr. Kane in the middle of an acting scene. They commence to fighting. Vanessa and Deadpool start fighting as well. Mr. Kane falls away off screen, off panel. The issue reads really fast, so maybe some of that nuance there with Mr. Kane got lost in the sauce. But just off the dome, off the cuff, I don't remember what happens to Mr. Kane in the issue. It just kind of disappears. And it was, my only real context for the relationship between Wade Wilson and Vanessa is from the movies. And they have a very dark, toxic, twisted relationship. But underneath, if you just peel the onion back, the layers, to reference Shrek for some reason, you can see the genuine love that Wade Wilson and Vanessa have for each other in the movies. And it's a very sweet, real thing. They just struggle to get that vulnerable and honest with each other and just be in that love from the movies. But here in the comic books, it's a totally different thing. And I said I wasn't going to correlate, but I guess I'm inadvertently correlating. But I promise I'm not going to parallel or compare anything to Deadpool and Wolverine. But just here in the comic, I was surprised to see that Deadpool's kind of portrayed as an antagonist here. He's kind of a villain. And from what I remember when I was early in the hobby, I used to be in this circle of friends that included a hardcore, as I am a hardcore Lobo fan. This guy was equal to me with Deadpool. Very knowledgeable, very well read in the character, had a massive Deadpool collection. And I seem to remember him saying Deadpool was just so different in the early days and was more of a villain slash bad guy in the early days. And I really sensed that here in Wolverine 88. It was kind of shocking to see him attacking, literally swinging swords and throwing knives at Vanessa. It was very weird. Wolverine enters the fray in the third act of the comic book. Again, it's a very short story. And he offers some relationship advice, hoping that Vanessa and Deadpool can work it out. And then Wolverine just kind of motorcycles off the comic book, and that's really the crux of the issue. It's really not a whole lot going on in Wolverine 88. I feel like it sets up for the next Wolverine issue, the next Deadpool issue, whatever that may be. I don't know if the long-running Deadpool series had been published by this point, or if we were on the miniseries. I don't know, but this definitely sets up an arc for Vanessa and Wade going forward. Overall, it was an interesting issue. I can't say it was bad. It's not a beginning, middle, and end kind of story. I'm kind of dropped in mid-continuity, and there's a lot of action there. I think Adam Kubert's art is really good, but because I don't really understand what led into Wolverine 88, and I'm not sure I might ever find out where Wolverine 88 leads, I can't say it's a fantastic issue either. I'm not going to say meh. Meh comes with a negative connotation to it. I'm just going to say I'm neutral about Wolverine 88. It is what it is. It's the first meeting of Deadpool and Wolverine and their first fight. It is a action-packed setup. It's an action-packed, fast-paced read that sets up for more continuity, but kind of has continuity leading into it as well. That's Wolverine 88, guys. Stay tuned for all you longtime viewers. I'm going to do some house cleaning now. Alright guys, so I'm smack dab in the summer months, and this is the time of year where my kids are out of daycare and school and my wife is out of work, so the videos have slowed down a little bit. I'm also in the middle of trying to change jobs. I'm just really unhappy where I'm at. It's causing me a lot of mental anguish. I don't really want to delve too much into it on camera, but I'm choosing to be proactive, and I am hopeful that I'm very close to landing a fantastic job at a company where my longtime best friend works. That would be fantastic, and it's right down the road. It would be doing stuff that I really miss doing when I first got into trades, skilled trades, and working in plants and stuff. So that's all going on, and that's slowing down the channel as well. But I still think about it. I know at the beginning of the year I said I was going to pick back up the single issue Wolverine Volume 2 reviews, and I haven't done so. We're 7 months, almost 8 months into the year, and I haven't even picked up one issue to do a review on, and they're kind of time consuming because of the editing, not necessarily the recording aspect to it. So that's been one reason why I've chosen not to review Wolverine and continue with that series. I will also say that I've got that budget video coming soon. I'm probably just going to wait till the end of July and then just include June and July in one video. I didn't mean to make this series bi-monthly, but it's kind of turned into a bi-monthly series. Hopefully in August I'll get back on track and get back to the budget series being monthly, because that's what it's intended to be, and I think it's less redundant if it's done monthly instead of 2 months in one video. I've got I am planning to go to one of my best friend, in fact, my soon-to-be brother-in-law's bachelor party in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll all be going to an arcade to play games and stuff, but we'll take a break because we all enjoy comics and toys and things of that nature. And we'll head over to Rick's Comic City in Nashville. I don't think it's too terribly far away from this arcade. And I'm saving for this trip. A lot of my honeypot right now is with this trip in mind. I'm hoping to knock down. I've been to Rick's Comic City within the past year, so I'm fairly knowledgeable in what they have. But I think I'm going to take a stab and really dive into his dollar bins this time. And then maybe, if all else fails, I'll knock out some Wolverine Volume 7 holes. So that's what I have in store, guys, just to kind of recap the house cleaning. Got the budget video coming. I want to, when school season starts, if I land this job, I will have the middle of the week to record. So hopefully, if I can get on a routine, this whole swinging days just got me out of whack. I work 2-2-3 rotating days. It's all 12-hour shifts, and I just spend like the first day after these 12-hour shifts just kind of recovering, and then because it's summer, spending time with my family. So yeah, hopefully I can get into a routine where I get back to reviewing individual issues again. I had fun reading the first 7 issues of Wolverine. Like to continue with the iconic issue 8 and work my way towards that goal of having read the first 20 issues of Wolverine Volume 2. And then, of course, if I hadn't mentioned it already, in the recap, the budget video. Stay tuned for that as well. June and July is on the way. And, oh yes, finally, to close out, Monday, this coming Monday, which will be July 29th, if I do not have a job interview, which I'm hopeful I have a job interview that day. If I do not have a job interview, I plan to just kind of give a spoiler-free overview, thoughts, opinions, feelings on Deadpool and Wolverine. I want to give everybody the weekend to watch the movie and feel comfortable enough to click play and watch my video this coming Monday. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching. Till next time, guys.